checking in no bag, shopping when we land. Big FN bag of ball. Plead the fifth if I get caught, they talk. Came through dripping on them, I been saucing. This that brand new dope.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm actually going to be doing a quick little video. It won't be too long on why I believe you should not have a negative risk reward. Now, when I say negative risk reward, all I'm saying is basically having a risk reward ratio of less than 1. So anything above 1, I would consider positive. Anything below 1 would be considered negative in terms of the ratio, if that makes sense. So now, you guys already saw, if you saw my video on Donvo, exposing him, and how he trades, obviously, you know what I'm talking about. But this video is going to dive deeper into the math behind it, of why I believe, from an objective mathematical standpoint, that you should avoid trading negative risk reward, and you should at least have a one-to-one risk reward. So let's do it. Found this calculator. Feel free to check it out. It is just look up expectancy profit factor calculator on Google. It will come up. But basically, this calculator, you just put in your win rate and average win and loss. So if you had a one-to-one risk reward, meaning your average win is same size as your average loss, we want to focus on this number here, which is the expectancy. This is the most important number. The way they calculate profit factor, I don't like it. Okay, it just doesn't matter to me. Anything over a 1.0 profit factor is profitable, but it doesn't represent the true profitability of a system. The true profitability in terms of like money wise of a system is the expectancy. So expectancy, anything above 0 means you're making money per trade. Anything below 0 obviously means negative, right? So if you had a 70% win rate at a 0.5 risk reward, which is negative risk reward, you will be break even. And why did I say break even? Because 5 expectancy is, I wouldn't say it's a profitable system. Mathematically it is, but once you put it into real-time trading, after commission spread, it's not going to be that expectancy. Okay, you're most likely going to be break even or a little slightly negative. So that's why, for example, 7% win rate. In my opinion, my standards, if you're going to trade a one-to-one or risk reward system, like strictly one-to-one only, have at least a 70 to 75% win rate. This gives you enough wiggle room and cushioning to also make psychological, emotional mistakes, right? This is a good amount of cushioning. Okay, now for me, my system personally right now at the moment, it's been a 65% win rate to 70% range, about a 3.2 to 1 risk reward. We just rounded to 3, in fact, after commissions or spread, but basically it's about a 160 expectancy. So you can see I have a lot of wiggle room to make basically a lot of emotional mistakes. And obviously I try not to make as much emotional mistakes, but no one is perfect. You're always gonna at some point make a mistake. So that's why giving yourself a wiggle room above 0 is a great idea. Now going back to the negative risk reward system. Like I mentioned, a 75% win rate or 70% win rate is ideal for one-to-one. For one-to-one, a 50% win rate, you guys know, is break even. All right, mathematically, it's break even. I would stay away from any system with a 60% win rate at one-to-one because if the expectancy is just it's not good, right? Like 20% across a ton of trades, maybe 10,000 trades is good, but no one's going to be taking 10,000 trades in a year, really speaking, and it's going to take a long time to grow your account. So you want the expectancy to be as high as possible, basically, in the realm of being realistic. So again, my standards are 70-75% win rate for your expectancy. So if we're comparing this, let's say someone has a negative risk reward of, I know Don Vo's risk reward is like literally, I think it was around 0.1 to 0.2. So for Don Vo, for example, he needs a 95% win rate to be break even. Just absurd. Okay, this is the problem with negative risk reward. You have to maintain an extremely high win rate. Now, yes, inversely correlating, having negative risk reward, you are likely to win a lot more, what are the odds of you winning more than 95% of the time? It's very, very unlikely. And it's very, very hard. 95% is already extremely hard, no matter how good of a trader you are. So let's give him the doubt. Let's just say he has a 0.3 risk reward. Then he just needs a win rate of above 80%. I believe his win rate was 86%. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if his risk reward was 0.3 risk reward, then yes, he'll be profitable. But look at the expectancy again. It's awful. It's barely profitable. Barely. Just barely. I would consider this break even after spreading commissions. So ideally, if you were trading a 0.3 negative risk reward, you would want, like, even with 100%, okay, 100% is possible. Let's do, even with a 95% win rate, your expectancy is only 24. Okay, unless if someone's trading a system of, average, they're already outperforming your system by double just with a 50% win rate and only a 1 to 2, right? Do you see how big of a difference it is? That's why I don't believe in a risk reward. Now let's make it maybe someone would, I would hope no one has a risk reward of below 0.5. If you're trading negative risk reward and it's working for you, then great. But I'm just saying there's way better systems out there with positive risk reward systems and causes less stress. And you'll make a lot more and compound your account much faster. But let's say you're at a 0.5 risk reward, negative, obviously. Okay, this is like bare minimum. I would never, if I had to trade negative risk reward, I would never go below this because the curve is just awful after this, right? Like you need a 70% win rate to be break even. Okay. To be somewhat profitable, you need at least a 90% win rate. Okay. About 35 expensive. So you would have to maintain a 90% win rate to even have a mid trading system. This is very mid. 35 expensive is extremely mid. Okay. So it's definitely something you want to keep in mind when you're trying to look for a system in terms of statistics to trade. Like, I can make it any clearer. Let's say somehow you have a 95% win rate at 0.5 risk reward. That's extremely hard to maintain that win rate. And let's say you go through periods where you're losing, like win rate wise, then you start losing a lot, right? But let's say you're at 90% and a 0.5 risk reward trader. Would you rather have these stats, or would you rather have someone that's trading, very average and basically outperforming you by about 20% ish, right? 50 compared to 35. This trader does not require that high of a win rate. It's only like a coin flip, basically. Now, obviously, I don't believe in the coin flip theory, by the way. It doesn't make sense. No correlation to trading, but I'm just saying you just need a 50% win rate. And as long as your risk reward is 2, you'll be profitable. And of course, this has to be back tested. So that's basically my view on negative risk reward and why I believe it shouldn't be taught. You shouldn't have a negative risk reward. You should at least, if you're gonna trade a high win rate system, at least have a 1-1. If you have a 1-1 with a high win rate, I'm completely chill with that. Make your system a 75% win rate with a 1-1. That is way better than someone trading a 90% win rate at 0.5 risk reward. Okay, because 90% win rate is extremely hard to maintain over a long period of time, regardless of the risk reward being negative. That's basically it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and let me know if you guys have any feedback or opinions on negative risk reward.